Okay, everyone, we're going to have a quick look at Other Side Entertainment's Underworld Ascendant from the point of view of a thief this time. So previously I had a quick playthrough as, I guess, a sprinty, high agility fighter. So trying to focus a little bit on this whole create your own solution, experiment, combine spells and skills to fashion useful objects out of everyday items, fight, bait or avoid deadly creatures. So previously I used the wall running to get past some of the the puzzles. I used the repel spell to kind of blow the enemies off the edge of ledges to try and avoid melee combat. And I did take a sword, although I don't think I used it in my run through, although that wasn't my first run through last time. It was about fourth or fifth attempt, and usually I do have to end up in a sword fight, but generally the sword fight works ridiculously well. You're not like Garrett in Thief 2 or Thief. You are pretty adept with the sword and with the ability to slow down time and repel the enemies. Sword play is not the inevitably deadly problem that it is in Thief. So the game does take a while to load. I don't know what that is. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do this time is I'm going to try and do this run through as a thief. The good thing about this game is that obviously it's not trying to push you down the single class route, so you're either a fighter or a bard or a wizard or
the Stygian abyss.
It's kind of
to survive you must be clever, capable,
your own play style,
creative.
Which I think is it's a really, I don't think I mentioned it last night, but after having played through and thinking about it, I think that allowing you to create your own character class by just picking at random stuff is...
You near Mark Hall,
you know, it's not
nexus of trade and intrigue.
It's good, because a lot of D&D...
The lizard men allow none entry save the able.
Right.
Prove yourself in the skill shrine. Choose a skill set.
Okay, so I'm not going to stop and smell the roses like I did last time. I'm going to take the bow this time. That's a thiefy thing. Some flint arrows, the water arrows, and I'll take stealth sight. Now what else will help thieves? Haste, sprinting, that's always good for getting away from people if they see you. Eve, can't see that being a thiefy thing. The wall running and wall jumping, I'm not sure, and I don't really want to have sword play, which leaves being able to see things and don't know. Alright, tell you what, I'll try and avoid magic altogether, and I'll try the thiefy only path. So I think the wall running.
Now go. Complete Ishtar's challenge. Give care. Your survival is not a foregone conclusion.
Okay, so here we are.
Behold your goal. The silver sapling.
Okay, so we know that if we go up that way, that takes you round through, I suppose you might call it the main chamber from the top for the enemies, with the brain and the thing. So I'm going to go down this way and have a look. Now, I seem to remember that this way was one of the ways that I could end up coming up. Hopefully I'm going that way. Ah, there's a path this way. Okay. So I'm trying to be a thief. Ah! I didn't notice that. Look in the middle at the bottom, you can see the visibility indicator. Just like the light jewel, but done in an aesthetically slightly different way. So I'm guessing with the eye mostly closed and mostly unseen. I don't know what the minimum and maximum are though, so when you stand in complete shadow. water arrows. That's my nearest source of light. That, I guess. Right, so I'm gonna try and take the thiefy path. So let's see if I can sneak past these guys. Well, that alerted them. Pretty obvious tells for the enemies there. Head bang. Okay, they haven't relit the torch. Oh, but this guy's got himself a lantern. I don't think I can take that out, so I'm gonna have to watch out for him. He can create his own light. There's another torch there I'm probably gonna have to do away with. Oh, there's a way for it. Okay. So, I have fallen down this gap before, whilst having a previous playthrough, and I got well and truly skewered by the guys, and then the next time I ran through this way. So, just to show how the level design is really innovative and quite cool, there are lots of different ways through from the various passages. The one thing that's not really fully, I don't think fully debugged yet, is the interaction between yourself and the terrain. So if you're sliding down slopes like this, you're kind of stun locked a little bit. I should be able to. I mean, the rocks at the bottom here, they're not. Yeah, it mostly works, but I seem to be able to. I seem to be able to do the wall run and jump off totally vertical surfaces. So let's try this. No. So if I go up here, that leads me back to the chamber. So up there that's the thing that the brain guy is hanging from. So the previous playthrough was played through up there. There's another way over. Ah, I wonder. So I see things. My Prince of Persia head is now looking at this. The Sands of Time is now looking at this, thinking, okay, maybe in the future iteration of the game I can leap off there and swing, jump. But I don't think the engine is up to that yet. So, and I'm another one of these people that I've never really gotten on with first-person platformers. I do love them, and I really like them, and I love the settings, especially things like the Prince of Persia world and some of the other like Assassin's Creed. But I think it does need to be third-person. Just seeing where your feet are, having feet, so you know where you're standing is a good thing, because if you're trying to stand on one of these and you can't even see your feet, you don't know if you're going to slide off it or not. So I can only imagine, given the way that they've architected it so far, it looks like they're hedging their bets on console. So I'm thinking that if you are going to be able to do proper parkour like this and do run, jump, run, slide like Prince of Persia, I think it's probably going to end up being a bit more like the new Thief 2014 game, where you've got specific handhold points, and as you're leaping you get quick time events. Press X to not fall to your death type thing. But we'll see. We'll see how they architect it. I don't know what's going on here. You can get up here with jumping, but that alerts them to your position. So I'm going to jump down here and run away. Roll Sir Robin, run away. Alright, so can't go that way. So to get up through the back, I'm guessing I have to go this way. Oh, that's nice. Just change it a bit. Cool. Go investigate it. I'll have a look. Come on. You know you want to. No? Alright, then I'll investigate it. Okay, so any kind of standing up makes me totally obvious to the bad guys. So let's not do that. Looks like there's a ledge path up there. That probably leads back to that cavern that we were in before. So it looks like I'm going to have to try and go for extra credit and sneak past these guys. So yeah, this is truly the thiefy path. Uh-oh. Okay, but we've got some lamps that I cannot douse. Where's that guy? Oh, they appear to be hovering. Where's the guy with the lamp? See me or not. If the guy with the lamp comes past here, I am done for. Oh, no. I think it's time to run away. Run away. Run away. Not run that way. Flint and water. Okay, let's run this way. Oh, and I'm stuck on the scenery. Come on, lose him. Right, okay. So I have attempted to lose them by just jumping off into this cavern. That did not work. Oops. Let's try the old road. Well, they appear to be taking little chunks out of each other. Which nope, they're still going for me. Oh, they're actually starting to pull out of each other. Oh, run away. Well, I appear to have lost them by running up a ramp with one exit. So I'm guessing the AI is probably going to need a bit of tweaking. Or maybe they took one look at this spinny thing and thought, I'm not going to try that. Either way, I'm no longer in danger. Right, so I think this is the cavern that I saw from the other direction, and I was sure I took the slowy downy thing. Maybe I was in a different playthrough. So here we go. Got to get past these things. Only the penitent man shall pass. No, 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 no. Run away. Okay. Breath of God time. Run away. Yeah. Okay, so this is the point where I realized this side. I'm going to get some flint arrows ready just in case I have to fend off a couple of defenders. Yeah, so I'm going to do a test and see if I can draw them off with some sound. The old thief tactic. Just keep out of his line of sight. Nope.
Impressive. Which skills inspire you? Will you be a warrior who springs from the shadows? A rogue launching enchanted arrows? The options are endless. The choice is yours.
So there you go. So
What
that
will you
was
become?
probably just the same level of difficulty as taking the warrior path. I mean, it's difficult to sneak past them in that confined space, but you know, Thief 2 did the same thing, choke points and so on. Rewarding if you like the thief and then the odd run and jump because you've been seen. Yeah, so I think as far as balance goes, that seems to work really well. Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with that. The thief option seems to be pretty good. Appraisal resourceful this time. I was competent yesterday, so I don't know where it's getting the appraisal from, but it's telling me that I probably got resourceful because I got past them without any form of being noticed. I only got noticed once. Kills 1. Did I kill someone? Who did I kill? I wonder if maybe that was when they were going for me. I could hear them taking lumps out of each other, so maybe one of them died. So perhaps something to have a think about there. So I was responsible for the deaths of one of the lizard guys, even though it wasn't really my fault. So yeah, brilliant. Okay, well, I think that was a pretty successful playthrough there. So I might have to eat my words a little bit from the last one about the thief path being unbalanced. Now that I know of that other path on the way through, yeah, I think the main issue that I had was I tried to be the thief through that cavern where there were quite a lot of lizard guys, and that just didn't work. So perhaps the playstyle and the path that you take are two parts of
The
the same
Stygian
solution.
Abyss. To survive, you must be clever, capable, creative.
All right. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.